Kobe Bryant, day-to-day, with a torn ligament in his right wrist. Now, take a look at the Lakers' first 5 games of the regular season. We'll put those up there for you. And so you know, one doctor, Dr. Robert Clapper, he's the head of orthopedics at Cedars-Sinai, said this is an injury that could take 3 to 4 weeks to heal. So this is just their first 5 games. Now, even though the doctor hasn't seen him, this is his speculation based on what people are hearing. We've got the Bulls at the Kings, Jazz, Knicks, and Nuggets. What's the Lakers' record after those first 5 games? How do you see it?
If I'm a Laker fan, I'd say 2-3.
And if you're you?
Maybe 1-4. Not only is Kobe Bryant injured, but there's a lot of change going on in Lakerland. No Phil Jackson, changed style of play from the triangle offense, lose Lamar Odom. But that's not the real issue. The real issue, this team is slow on the perimeter. You have Metta World Peace, you have Derek Fisher running the point. I really like Derek Fisher a lot. With 66 games in 123 days.
And he's like 66 years old now, so.
He's not going to be able to handle the point guard position. So
Some people questioned it last year, let alone going into this year.
So they must make a move, and I think they will make a move if they're going to be competitive.
But those first 5 games.
Sooner than later.
They have to do it sooner than later. If they're going to be championship competitive in Kobe's 16th season, they must make it.
And we definitely don't know his status.
Before the first game, like in the next couple days?
Hopefully before the end of this show.
Okay.
Some breaking news.
Okay.
They're talking about winning the championship.
All right, what do you got, Rob?
Yeah, I see it around the same thing where you can look at the schedule and say they should win the 2 games. They should win even if Kobe's not 100% or himself. And then those other 3 games look pretty hard. Even though in the NBA, it's not the NFL where it's only 16 games. You're going to win some games. You never know. They could be 3-2 and things would be okay. But I think you're right. When you go through such a transition without Phil Jackson to Mike Brown and just not sure of what it is we're doing yet, and it's going to take, I think it's going to be a work in progress where the Lakers will get better as time goes on. It's not going to be right away. There are going to be bumps where people say, what's going on here? They're not going to make it, but you don't know down the road. So I think they get off to a slow start, but not the end of the world.
Well, what do you say, first 5 games?
I got
giving him?
3-2.
Okay.
If Kobe plays these 5 games, I'm going 4-1 for the Lakers, and that's without Bynum. If Kobe can't play for the first 5 and no Bynum, they're going to lose every game.
All 5?
Even the Kings?
Yes.
No Andrew Bynum.
Come on, no Bynum and no
for the first
Kobe.
5 games also.
Because after Bynum, Kobe, and Gasol, as Jalen knows, it's not much there. I mean, it's pretty weak. Metta World Peace is now on the bench, coming off the bench. It's come to that. But
I can't even say that. It's so hard for me to get that out. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. It's so hard.
The artist,
you know what?
Artist Prince. Yes. You can do all of them.
There are certain guys I don't bet against, Tim Tebow, but I don't bet against Kobe Bryant. I'm not ready to stop betting.
Even last year when they got swept, did you still think that they had a chance of coming back?
I didn't. I thought they were going to beat the Dallas Mavericks. But you know this. Kobe's in that league with Favre and Roethlisberger playing sometimes better hurt than when he's healthy. Like you just can't bet against him. So I don't know enough about this wrist.
But the only thing, Skip, is his shooting risk.
Okay, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Jerry, you know shooting a basketball with a...
I've had that exact same injury. I injured it on the first game of a preseason, and I missed the first 10 games to start the season. And I'm no Kobe Bryant, and I know he has that high threshold of pain.
Right.
And I agree with you. You know, Kobe Bryant, the rings and things we sing about, he can bring them out. But the problem is the issue is bigger than him. It's a team issue. Is Gasol going to be dominant?
Yep, I agree.
That remains to be seen. Bynum is going to miss the first 5 games. There is change in Lakerland. And
what about if you're Pau Gasol? Do you feel like slighted a little bit? You know, they tried to move you. You know, like Lamar Odom was sour about it.
Don't pick up your check.
You know what I mean?
Don't pick up your check.
I got you.
Look, you've been there.
Right. Come on, you're human. It's human, though. You said they didn't want me. I helped them win championships here, and they didn't want me.
You know what, Rob? The best
Seriously.
revenge is success. So go out there, and so people are like, why on earth would they try to trade me?
He was a part of the team. He's not Jerry West. He's not Will Chamberlain. He's not Magic Johnson.
No, I agree.
Shaq or Kobe. You're a part of the team. And you're fortunate enough to be a Laker and get a championship.
I agree with that. And remember, the one silver lining, you mentioned Laker fans, but for them, is that Kobe continued to play the other night after he went down on the wrist. Continued to shoot it, and nobody questioned it until after the game when he said, man, I'm getting swollen and sore here. And they said, we better do an MRI. So now what? We got doctors saying could be out for 3 weeks. We got the team doctors saying, boy, this could be bad. We got Mike Brown saying, well, you know, it's day to day. Really?
Let me ask you this, though, and I mean, it's really speculation, but it's an injury that could be nagging if you keep playing with it, if it's not healing. You have a short season, you have 66 games, so do you risk everything? Do you just write off the first 5 games and, as Mike Brown, have to do your first big intervention with Kobe and say, you're sitting, because I need you the rest of the season, but I can write off 5 games?
The way the roster is, they need Kobe to be terrific.
They do.
And he's banged up. And they played 3 games in a row in a shortened season to start the season.
They do.
There's going to be a natural fatigue there. Ball handling, dribbling, slam dunking, playing defense. They need multiple efforts from Kobe, and he's a little bit banged up.
So
now can everybody else
Jalen, think about this. Has there ever been a darker hour for Kobe as a pro basketball player? Wife filed for divorce. New coach that you're not sure about.
That you didn't really want.
I know.
Let's be honest.
He didn't want, not me, but he didn't want, right?
He didn't want him.
You got a new man in charge, the younger boss, who clearly is not the biggest Kobe fan, so he's not betting on Kobe for the duration. And now, your knee, you think you got it healed, but then you got a bum wrist. So it's like the sky is falling on Kobe right now.
Eagle, Colorado.
That's
right.
But I'm saying as a basketball player, you know, in the basketball context, this is tough, man.